Over the past decade, vaping has skyrocketed in popularity, especially among young people. Marketed as a safer alternative to traditional cigarettes, e-cigarettes have rapidly become ubiquitous. However, this trendiness masks a concerning reality: the potential for serious health risks. Despite the perception of harmlessness, vaping exposes users to a cocktail of toxic substances with unknown long-term consequences. In this video, we delve into the hidden dangers of vaping, drawing on insights from leading health organizations in the United States, Canada, and the World Health Organization. The alarming rise of vaping, particularly among teenagers and young adults, necessitates a closer look at its potential long-term effects. Despite its growing popularity, vaping remains a relatively new phenomenon, and comprehensive research on its health implications is still underway. Early findings, however, paint a troubling picture, raising concerns about the impact of e-cigarettes on respiratory health, oral health, and even cardiovascular function. The American Lung Association has been instrumental in sounding the alarm about the potential dangers of vaping. According to their research, e-cigarettes contain and emit a range of potentially toxic substances that can have detrimental effects on human health. While vaping devices heat a liquid to create an aerosol that is inhaled, the composition of this liquid is often not subject to adequate regulation. This lack of oversight means that users may be inhaling harmful chemicals without their knowledge. One of the primary concerns is the presence of volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, in e-cigarette aerosols. VOCs are a diverse group of chemicals that can easily evaporate at room temperature, making them readily inhalable. Exposure to certain VOCs has been linked to a range of health problems, including eye, nose, and throat irritation, headaches, nausea, and even damage to the liver, kidneys, and nervous system. The long-term consequences of inhaling these chemicals, especially in the concentrated form found in e-cigarette vapor, are still being investigated. However, the potential for harm is undeniable. Purdue University researchers have been at the forefront of investigating the impact of vaping on both lung and oral health. Their findings indicate that even short-term exposure to e-cigarette vapor can have significant detrimental effects on lung function. One study found that young adults who vaped regularly exhibited measurable declines in lung function compared to their non-vaping counterparts. These findings are particularly concerning, given that lung development continues into early adulthood. Damage sustained during this critical period could have long-lasting implications for respiratory health. Moreover, Purdue University's research has shed light on the detrimental effects of vaping on oral health. The oral cavity is the first point of contact for inhaled e-cigarette vapor, and the chemicals present in this vapor can have a corrosive effect on teeth and gums. Studies have shown that vaping can lead to a range of oral health problems, including dry mouth, gum recession, and an increased risk of cavities. These findings highlight the systemic impact of vaping, extending beyond the respiratory system to affect other parts of the body. A global concern health authorities speak out. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, or CDC, has taken a firm stance on the issue of vaping, stating unequivocally that there is no safe tobacco product, including e-cigarettes. The CDC has issued stark warnings about the potential dangers of vaping, particularly for young people, pregnant women, and adults who have never smoked. According to the CDC, e-cigarettes should only be considered as a last resort for smoking cessation in adults who have been unsuccessful in quitting through other methods. Even then, the CDC emphasizes that e-cigarettes are not a risk-free alternative to traditional cigarettes. Health Canada, the Canadian governmental department responsible for public health, echoes these concerns, emphasizing the potential harms of vaping, especially for youth and non-smokers. Canada has been proactive in implementing regulations to curb youth vaping, including restrictions on e-cigarette advertising and marketing. The World Health Organization, or WHO, has also issued advisories against e-cigarette use by vulnerable groups, calling for more research and stricter regulations. WHO emphasizes the need for global action to address the growing public health threat posed by vaping. Protecting our future. A call for awareness. The evidence is clear. Vaping is not a harmless habit. The potential health risks associated with e-cigarettes are too significant to ignore, especially for young people who may not fully grasp the long-term consequences of their actions. It is imperative that we prioritize public health campaigns aimed at educating youth about the hidden dangers of vaping. Parents, educators, and healthcare providers all have a crucial role to play in disseminating accurate information and promoting healthy choices. We encourage you to like this video, subscribe to our channel Wellness and Us, and share this important information with your friends and family. Leave a comment below sharing your thoughts on this critical issue. Together, we can make a difference in the fight against the dangers of vaping. Let's work together to protect the health and well-being of current and future generations.